Since even before the 2020 election, people on the right, led by the Florida man, warned of massive voter fraud, the likes of which we've never seen before. Of course, 5 months since the election, we're still waiting for them to produce any actual evidence. I mean, have you seen it yet? Well, now, one Pennsylvania House representative who led multiple hearings in an attempt to have Congress reject the state's results says fraud was indeed found. Republican Seth Grove told the Pennsylvania Capitol Star that it was Republicans in Pennsylvania who were found to have committed election fraud. Grove added, but it's still election fraud. It doesn't matter who commits it. We don't want that fraud to occur, and to say there wasn't any is a lie. Now, I will say there's not like this mass amount of fraud that's going to shift hundreds of thousands of votes, but there was election fraud. Da-da-da. Tip your waiters. We all know that there was no massive fraud. But that has not stopped congressional Republicans from continuing to spout the big lie in an effort to change voting laws and to suppress the votes of Americans, especially people of color. That was on full display during Tuesday's Senate hearing on voting rights, with the Republican after Republican trying to upstage one another, displaying their true ignorance on the issue. But the absolute worst of them was Louisiana Senator John Kennedy, who thought he could get the best of Stacey Abrams, a mistake that I'm sure he is still trying to recover from today.
You're against the Georgia bill, I gather. Is that right?
I'm against certain provisions of it, yes.
Okay, I think you've called it a racist bill. Am I right?
I think there are provisions of it that are racist, yes.
Okay. Tell me specifically, just give me a list of the provisions that you objected.
I object to the provisions that remove access to the right to vote, that shorten the federal runoff period from 9 weeks to 4 weeks, that restrict the time that a voter can request and return an absentee ballot application, that eliminate...
Slow down for me, because our audio is not real good here. Okay, what else?
It bans nearly all out-of-precinct votes.
Bans what? I'm sorry?
It bans nearly all out-of-precinct votes, meaning that if you get to a precinct and you are in line for 4 hours and you get to the end of the line and you are not there between 5 and 7 p.m., you have to start all over again.
Is that everything?
No, it is not. No, sir. It restricts the hours of operation because it now, under the guise of setting a standardized timeline, it makes it optional for counties that may be may not want to see expanded access to the right to vote. They can now limit their hours. Instead of those hours being from 7 to 7, they're now from 9 to 5, which may have an effect on voters who cannot vote during business hours during early voting. It limits the
Okay, I get the idea. I get the idea.
Oh, Mr. Kennedy. Oh, you poor thing.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.